Welcome back to another special edition of the warm-up show with the hockey coach guru, Coach Francis Cliff, on the sunshine, beautiful day in Florida. And we have to go to find our co-host, directly from Toronto, Ontario, number one fan of Montreal Canadiens, the insider, collaborateur, and moderator of the Hockey Nation Show. Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP.
Hello, Coach, and happy Friday.
Look like I call you like you are on breakaway and you go to score the goal there right there. It was coming right away with there. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Great to be here as usual.
Great to see everybody aboard. We already have some people already. What about Mr. Roger Delaney? Unbelievable
Amazing
night. Mr. Roger Delaney is in the chat right now, and a great night he got yesterday. And prediction 8-2, number one of the show. Unbelievable. Congratulations, Mr. Roger Delaney. And you got also Tresardol. We give you Tresardol because what happening, Mr. ENORTAP, is like he never give us some players. So I'm always pick a player for him. And I select for him last night Tresardol, and he got 2 goals. And he won the with that part over there. And then we have Mr. Yarmo and also Steve G got the best of the right score last night. So congratulations, both of them. When we go have a little bit more people, we're going to make the flashy
announcement.
They're going to be on the PS3 of the Hockey Nation Live show. We have already some people in the chat, and they are excited. Don't forget, guys, 12 people, 9 likes. We need to figure out something here. We have to step up. Some of you have to step up. Click on the likes. The YTKUT in the house today. Mr. Turtle, welcome back. Mr. William, America's Studio. Welcome back, Mr. William.
Welcome, William.
And directly from the belle province de Québec, dans la région de Sherbrooke, il est de retour parmi nous. Il a 2 bonnes réponses aujourd'hui. Il est un gagnant, je crois, de Frenchy Quiz. Yes, he was, Mr. Nicolas de Gobi-Bono.
Hi, Nicola. Welcome.
From Utah. He said he had a difficult time yesterday. It's rare. Usually he does very good on the prediction. Maybe have a bad night. That's probably, it's not a big slum. It's only one night. You're not like Kelly. Kelly, she's in the slum right now. Maybe she's going to be better tonight between 2 men. Maybe she's going to perform better as a predictor. But we'll see what happening. Here we go. Welcome back. Ron with Kings 20 and the house.
Welcome, Ron.
From New York, maybe he's between the snow. I don't know where is he, but I know he's with us directly from New York. Mr. Jose Duarte in the house.
Hello, Jose.
I'm sure he does not like his night last night. Did done well, Mr. Duarte. He was 3-7. But it's happened to us. It's happened to ENORTAP also and me. So don't worry about that, Jose. It's only for one night. But with a great 7-3, we talk about the Mr. directly to the Lille Perrault, Mr. Richard Mullen. He did it again.
Way to go, Richard.
Like I mentioned, welcome back, Mr. Roger Delaney. Welcome back with us.
Roger, welcome.
Comments from Mr. Ron for you. I don't know if you can see it. He think the 2 shutout, the last 2 games will affect this game in a certain way.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, we'll get into that a little bit, but it's one of the harder games to predict tonight.
From Nova Scotia, the insider of the Montreal Canadiens post-game, Mr. Center Heiss and the house. Of course, Andrew.
Andrew.
Thanks for your participation today. Talking about Andrew, don't forget Monday at 12 o'clock, Mitch Giguère is going to be with us. Coach of the KHL is going to be with us. And then it's getting close. Eric Perrin, teammates with Martin Saint-Louis with the Vermont Connor Mount is going to maybe join us next week on the next 2 weeks. So it will be interesting to get Eric Perrin talking about the nomination of Martin Saint-Louis, everything like that. So slowly, we're getting there. One by one, we're going to step up. We go from youth travel to KHL. and maybe get the another one. We'll see what happens. William, welcome. But directly from Finland, he's in final of the Olympic in China, Beijing 2022. Mr. Yamo Virtanen in the house.
Hello, Yarmo. Go Finland, go.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Yamo. You got the right score as 5-3 yesterday, and you are very close at 7-3 from Edmonton to get the best of the best. So that'd be very important. Je joue à la ligne nationale en même temps que j'écoute. Tant mieux, mon Gabriel, mon Nicolas. Mazin passe la puck, puis Mazin dans le net, qu'on dirait les petits colins du Québec. Passe la puck, shoot la puck dans le net. Yamo, but bad pick overall. Yes, Yamo, it's not happened also to you. So don't worry about that. It's just a bad night. If you was like ENORTAP, it's happened a lot. So,
worry.
That's happened sometime, but it's all good. This is paid by sponsored by Danny T. Et puis, si t'as oublié... Oui, non, j'ai pas oublié mon Nicolas. Puis je crois que t'as eu une passe contre Quetzcook. Et je crois aussi qu'ils avaient annulé 2-2. La mémoire du vieux, le petit vieux est pas mal bonne. Donc, dis-moi si j'ai raison ou pas, mon Nicolas. Alan Barnes back in the house tonight. Alan, welcome. Thank you, Mr. Ozzy said thank you. Coach, I have a bad week on my pick. It's all right. Don't worry about that. I'll be all good. It's going to be better after you're listening, Kelly, tonight. Johnny Golden. Oh, let's go back. It's not a good presentation. I was distracted by his comments right now. His comments was like bothering me a little bit. I was trying to read and see his name. I tried to figure out this. Here we go. From the top of the stair to all the way to the bottom of the stair. He's coming one step at a time from the left to the right. Mr. Johnny Golden.
Here's Johnny.
Here we go. I should send all my demo to the Price is Right, or maybe the next guy and the mic over there. Who knows? Maybe they're going to hire me, Mr. ENORTAP. Every day, every morning, I'm going to scream over there. I think they will love my screaming. I'm sure about that. The trade rumor are flying around like crazy. I agree with that.
Of course. Absolutely.
And the beauty of this, we still have 34 days before we get there.
Yeah, and I like that they're pushing the issue and saying we're ready to make a deal. Anybody want to deal with us? Do it now.
Yep, I agree with you. I also want Unknown and Drew did a great job. Yes, you did, Richard. Of course, you, Richard, and Nicola and Andy Kuivula was the winner of the up and down, under and over. And Yamu disappeared. He left before we shut down because he was worried about his answer. So he did not want to be, have a bad day. But we'll see what happened. And
that was perfect too, Coach.
Jose said, girlfriend would not leave me alone. Sorry for the late score, Coach. Don't worry about that one over there. But you have to tell her, Hockey National Show is first. Then after that, the rest is coming after. So be sure she explain to her. She will understand. And invite her to join us. And we're going to welcome her and ask her to subscribe to the Hockey National Show. Maybe she will like the coach about hockey. Who knows? I said before the tournament is between the Russia and Finland. It was, honestly, I agree with that part over there. And that's what we expect. Whatsoever, Russia lost a game, I believe, on the round robin or something happened to them.
The first game they lost,
right?
And I thought honestly it would be Sweden and Finland. That would have been a great finals.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one. Yamo said Bijou Javi out for many weeks, coach, not happy fantasy players. So bad news for Edmonton Oilers to lose Bijou Javi. About that, here we go. He's coming back from the shack. He's coming with everybody. Maybe bring like 6-7 fish. We don't know. The only thing we know is...
oh, my God! Go fish.
Go fish. Danny T back in the house tonight. The scout. Le scout Alexis Dubuc, il est de retour parmi nous. Oui, mon homme, à 8h ce soir, la Floride, les Panthers, we're going to do that again. We're going to do another live stream, 8 o'clock tonight, the Florida versus the Minnesota Wild. The game of the night for me. Who is more likely to get Giroux? Colorado or Florida?
Out of those two choices, I'd say Colorado.
Me too. I don't know how they can fit in the lineup of the Florida Panthers.
Florida, yeah, they have too much already.
Directly from Sweden is right now opening the bar at the Resto Spa Bar and Sweden. Mr. ENORTAP, we welcome back Mr. Stefan Manberg.
Hello, Stefan.
The number one fans are the Robin Lehner, but unfortunately he is not there at that moment. He's hurt about that one over there. Thanks, Richard. Glad you said. Sorry, Coach. I thought I was and Jerry Springer. No, because nobody fight yet. But when we see some fight, like, you know what I mean, we'll let you know. But
5:30.
But the good news, if ever it's happening, Danny, we have Roger, the bouncer. He's going to show up with his Montreal Canadiens jersey. Everybody's going to scare. They're going to leave the building quickly about that. Who's Eduardi asking you this? Leave or making rumor about Mainfield from New Jersey Islanders. What do you think about that?
I don't see that. It's probably true, but I don't see that happening for the Leafs.
Yep. Honestly,
they have other issues to address.
For me, I believe like they should get better at Mainfield. I don't say he's a bad defenseman, but as a second pair of defenseman, it's a little bit of great for Justin Hall. But I don't think it's a big upgrade. I think they should look for something else bigger. On my point about that. So we'll be interested about that. Now, on the same level like Mainfield, I think Justin Brown is another one also. Yeah. You can look. But again, it's the same thing. I think they should splash a little bit bigger if I was this. Unfortunately, Yamo, yes, he's on my team, but I don't need him right now. I'm beating everybody. So I'm not worried about that until the next couple of weeks, until I meet you in the final. That's the way right now. He's going to be ready for that week again, you, Yamo. So don't worry about my team so far. We're looking good here at the Hockey Nation Live Show. Coach. My team in the top is behind you. I have to give credit. You dominate the league so far, but nobody know you did 365 move so far. So you did it over, but don't tell anybody. Everybody is checking. Everybody's he make it. He go there. You know, that's okay. Happening about this. Mr. Andy Kouivoula, welcome aboard.
Hey, Andy. Welcome.
It says Giroux Domi trade.
You know where I'd like to see Giroux go, Coach? Maple Leafs.
Who?
Giroux. I would like to see that. I think
no money, but yeah.
It won't happen, but it would help them immensely, I think, in terms
the only problem with that one over there, he's a left wing, so we fixed the problem on the left wing. But the problem, it will not happen because the money situation about that. Hey, Danny, is that show still on? Possible on the old channel television? I'm sure it is still all right.
Oh yeah.
I was just reading some stuff. If let us seem like they will try hard to get Giroux.
Really?
I'm surprised. You know, I don't see that. I would be surprised they do it that way, that direction.
Me too.
The only way they can do that is they get money retaining a lot, and they make another trade with someone else, so 50%, 50%, or they get only paid 25%, everything like that. But again, they have Huberdeau on the left side. They have Verhey on the left side. So you have to bring him on the third line. I don't see this helping them a lot. I think they would be better to focus more on the defensive side.
Yeah.
I think on that point will be the one I would expect. I can tell a joke at the bar. Here we go. Richard is a stunt, is a comic stand, so we have everything about that. Mr. Renault is back in the house.
Hey, Renault, welcome.
It feels like Gibson has left the grass and the kid down in Anaheim. Do they trade for the goalie?
No, I don't think so.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
He hasn't let him down. I mean, if anything, Gibson has kept the team in it for as long as they have. It's just a matter of, and at the beginning of the year, would anybody have anticipated that Anaheim would even be in this spot?
Not at all.
Not me, that's for sure.
Yep. Richard put ENORTAP knows he will look like a Brett Marchand. With Bergevin getting injured, is it now more likely we see an Edmonton trade?
No. Not for that. Not for that position, no.
Possible, I would say to you, but it all depends what kind of the player they can get in return. I don't know how long he's out. Is it for the rest of the season? I don't know.
I don't know.
So it would be interesting to see that. But I think I would not be surprised they add something there. I can see Greg Anderson fetching a late second round pick, a B prospect. No.
Maybe not. No, I don't know.
You're not going to give a second round pick, a B prospect for a second backup goaltender at any moment. And where do you send him?
It's at best a third or a fourth. That's it. No
problem. Achary should be back today in Florida. Awesome. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be great. And Miss Kelly, she's going to show up in the next couple of minutes. In 10 minutes, Miss Kelly will join us. Welcome aboard, Miss Kelly,
Hi,
today.
Kelly.
Thanks for joining us. They have said they keep Justin Oler likely. See you later, Alan. Don't forget to click on the likes. Pull it up to 4 weeks, we said today. So I don't see they will trade.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, Jose, they can change their mind. Then, they could change their mind for sure. I can understand that for sure. But look, talking about changing mind, we're not talking about. Oh yeah, we are going there. It's time for the face-off ENORTAP. He's going to tell us what pay his attention the last 24 hours around the NHL or maybe somewhere else. Until then, he will give us all what is going to happening maybe and what he did happening. So let's going to the Mr. ENORTAP. Until then, let's drop the music down. Here we go.
Okay, Coach. A few highlights from a handful of games from yesterday. The two late games, of course, we keep seeing Edmonton doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're starting to see that the big boys, McDavid and Draisaitl, are starting to pick up a little bit more offensively, which is great. We're starting to see a much more team-oriented defensive play from them. And the goaltending has been, I wouldn't say strong, but it's been very, very, very competent and has kept them in a lot of games. So that was that. With Anaheim and San Jose, again, we're seeing those California teams starting to slide, right? Vancouver yesterday, I mean, give credit to San Jose for making a game out of it. At one point, I think they were trailing, I think it was 4-1 or 4-2, and they came back to tie that before losing it to JT Miller's overtime goal. The other game, and now Vancouver finds himself, in a decent position. We've been discounting them, but let's give credit where credit is due, and Boudreau's doing a great job, and the players have awoken there. Winnipeg did what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to beat Seattle, and it was good to see that they're keeping pace. And of course, the Rangers did not do that last night as they played Detroit and lost that 3-2 game. That's, a little bit of a kick in their behinds, losing a game like that. And for me, I mean, the great news was to see pretty much a great effort by all the Montreal Canadiens players last night, and it's just amazing how we're seeing a difference in Caulfield's play now. We're starting to see the player that we saw in the playoffs that is a lot more confident, is shooting more often, and he's capitalizing. He's getting the opportunities, and you can tell not only him but the rest of the team that they're very, very happy now. They look pleased. I know there's still a lot of uncertainty because some of them don't know what their future in Montreal is going to be, and they know that they will be probably traded. But at least the ones that know that they will be there for the long run can see light at the end of the tunnel. And there's still a long distance to travel to get out of that tunnel, but the promise is there, right? And you gotta credit the management for instilling that in the team and in the organization.
Yep, absolutely about that. Talking about management, maybe some words about the new hiring from the Montreal Canadiens, Vincent Lecavalier, and also Nick Pobrov.
Yeah, well, with Pobrov, I think I saw a lot of experience with him, and I totally understand that. He's got background in European drafting as well, so they definitely needed somebody in that capacity. With Lecavalier, I mean, I've always liked Lecavalier, and even this morning, I didn't mean to suggest that he shouldn't have been selected. I was just questioning. I wasn't sure what his role exactly entailed because he kind of made it known that he's living in Florida, has intentions of staying there, and at that moment, I thought maybe a more local individual would have been better suited. Not that I'm jumping down Lecavalier's back here, but because I like him very much. I just hope that they're not just hiring some of the old boys group and going that direction. That's all I meant by that.
Was a great press conference he did afternoon, explain exactly what he does. It's amazing. He works already with them for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, actually, I heard that he suggested Emile.
He followed all the videos, everything like that. So he's really, at the end of the day, he's really work on the remote, right? So he work from home, and he take care about all the video, everything like that. He's going to be helping Martin Saint-Louis if you need help to go to Montreal, to be on the ice with them and helping front players, talking with front players, everything like that. I like this role. I think fit very well with him because Vincent Lecavalier is not a spotlight guy. He's not a guy in front of the camera and he wants attention, everything like that. He's a guy who works a lot behind the scenes, and he fit well for what Ken Hughes need. And I still believe those organizations right now is going the right direction. They surround themselves with the right people, everything like that. And, that's maybe, maybe hurt or the French connection people, what they believe, everything like that. And, they would say, but why not to hire Guy Carbonneau and Benoit Brunet or Patrick Roy, everything like that. And the best answer was, but we invite them to come at the press conference. They did not show up. So, you know what I mean? Like, they want to be a part of the team, but they don't come to when we invite them, everything like that. But at the end of the day, for me, it's a great. And when he said, but it's the charm side, I would still believe if you can use, are you going to have a better works with Benoit Brunet or with Vincent Lecavalier? You have him for 20 years. You work with him almost every week. You talk to him for maybe 6,000 times versus Benoit Brunet. Never been around and they don't know whatsoever it is. So for me, it's all about who do you know how long you can trust someone, how do you believe, and like you said, I want just to get out what I want to challenge youth. I want to challenge Martin Saint-Louis where they don't see the same way I see things me from outside the box. And that's what my job is. I do not know what I'm going to do in the future. I don't know if I want to staff management. I don't know if I want to be a coach. I have no clue. My kids are only 8, 10, 11 years old. Saint-Louis is the youngest was 15. I think is a U14 maybe. And then it's 18, 19. He said, I'm not at the same page like them at that moment. So I don't know the future. For right now, I love it. I'm excited to be a part of this. And they asked him about why he did not play for Montreal Canadiens. And there was great comments about that. It was like great stuff about that. So I enjoy it like what he talked about this today.
Yeah, for sure.
And he said, mind you, Niemann, Nenen, and Brober have a step up with Kane and Russell out. I agree with you. The defenseman, LD, they step up a little bit more. And, the what he bring a lot. And it's funny because I think for me, the chance a coach helped a little bit in Edmonton. But the fact is this part. The goalie play better and the defenseman play better. So that's make the team right now where they at. They back where they was at the beginning. But again, we have to wait. When they play against Minnesota, when they play against Colorado, when they play again the Carolina, the Florida Panthers, return that. So right now they're doing well, but we have to wait a little bit more. Coach, have you heard anything about Matthews, Nate Adansis? Yes, he need one for sure. I don't know the gravity of the injury, but I think right now is the right time at this honor. I always thought Evany was terribly overrated, and he's only have a good few years earlier. He have a good year over there with the Tampa Bay for 7-8 years. And then he got the UF3. He went to Philadelphia, and he got screwed over there. The story he said today was pretty much fun when they hear that. He went to Philadelphia. You have 3 teams at the end, Dallas, Philadelphia, and Montreal. And he won with a coach he believed the most he can be fit better. So he did not want to Philadelphia at the beginning, but the Philadelphia Ed Snyder went to Tampa, bring Peter Laviolette, and they have a great conversation. They changed his mind. He went with Peter Laviolette. After 3 games in ENORTAP, they fired Peter Laviolette. And that's the rest is the history.
Right.
So
who was the Montreal coach at the time?
Michel Terrien.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. Does Bobrov coming to Montreal make it more likely they will see Krasav and the Abs uniform?
Possibly. I could see it.
Yep. Why not to hire coach Frenchy? Vinny does not need money. He has Flowers paying him another 5 years. I know Flowers pay him a lot about that one over there. Maybe I'm not in the country club yet. Just kidding.
Wait.
You need attendant what?
You look like Kent Hughes. It would be a perfect match.
Yeah, I know, right? I think they will. I maybe do press conference when Ken cannot do that. Saint-Louis Hall of Fame career, but Vinny, no. I agree with you about, but for me, Saint-Louis have an amazing, great career for sure. Andy Coivo, I agree. Oilers play like a 5-man unit now. It's ice time more. I think the defensemen make a very good change over there. I'm very pleased with the hiring. It's a total change in direction, refreshing about that one over there. We're going to have Kelly in a few seconds. Kelly, she's going to be in the locker room. She's coming in the next few seconds. Kelly, stay there. Don't go nowhere. We're going to bring you about 1 minute. And they give it time to the second power play score. Hello, Mr. John Gregor. You show up at the right time. Kelly, she's showing up. I guarantee Kelly is on the opening roster next season to start. Possible. I don't know yet when it's going to happening. And it's time to bring Miss Kelly in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Everybody stand up and welcome Miss Kelly in the house right there. And a few seconds, I need to click on number 2. She's up here. She's come back. Here we go. Miss Kelly, welcome aboard.
Hi,
Miss
guys.
Kelly.
Can you see me?
Hi. How are you?
We can see
Good, how are
you.
you?
Pretty good in you.
Good.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks to be a part of the show. We are going to have a couple of the news. We'll talk about everything on that. And, of course, Matthews is in the house, the AM34 and the house. Here we go. That's the way to do this.
I expected
I
nothing
work for you,
less.
ENORTAP. I work for you.
Thank you. You should have worn. You should have blacked out one of your teeth to show the one that he lost.
Yes.
Though.
Danny said, Cole, did you get my email about Big Shot last night? Honestly, Danny, I'm not sure.
Who
I
won
will
the
have to check
fantasy?
again, Danny, but I'm not sure I got it. Welcome, Kelly. I got the same jersey, Danny said.
Hi, Danny. Nice
And
to see
Zev
you.
Lecab said, wow, Kelly. And then when Vinny came to Lily, I thought it was weird to him to get there. I also thought that let me make another cup with him. I was wrong about that one over there. So what we do at the beginning of this, we have to find out who are they. So you're going to be a part of everything's going on, Miss Kelly. You're going to be a part of what we do here. First thing is, I'm God. And the first one, it's easy, Mr. ENORTAP today. I keep this easy for everybody, so I don't want to. It's Friday, so why not to figure out who are they? And if you know who is, please let me know in the chat, or Miss Kelly, tell us who this goaltender.
What team is that?
It's not Bernier, by the way.
Chicago.
Oh, I don't know. It's before my time.
I don't know if it's your time, but we'll see. Ron said, Young Grafford. Richard Molin said, welcome, Kelly.
Hi, Richard.
We have a winner. We have two winners. Darren Pank, Yamo, and Durfek got it. Renaud said Jeff Hackett. No, it was not Jack Hackett. So
You can tell it's fine.
number two, a little bit harder, this one. You know, I cannot get always easy. But here we go. It's not Dominic Hachek, by the way.
It looks like it.
Jose said Pank. He has Wonder Stick. I only know because he looks so small. Here we go. That's a great win. Jean Gregor said, hi, Kelly. Everybody tell hi, Kelly.
Hi, John. I call him Gregor, but I don't know.
Yamo said, Rotober. It's from Swiss, by the way. If you want to see the jersey, it's from Swiss. Round said, Camp Ward. That's a good test.
Come on, ENORTAP. You know this.
This one's a tough one.
We have a winner, Mr. ENORTAP.
Oh,
Who do you believe?
I believe it's Gerber.
It's Martin Gerber.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. So the winner is Martin. Zev got it. And Mr. Andy Kouivoula did it again. Congratulations, Mr. Andy Kouivoula. The time we're going to do this, guys, I'm going to give you homework to do. If I can find it, I will find it.
Hit the likes.
Here we go. The time we're going to talk with Kelly for about 5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever it is, right? I'm giving you the schedule of the weekend. And I don't know on the screen, but the schedule starts with Colorado Buffalo this Saturday. The Sunday is Carolina Pittsburgh. The time we talk with her, you guys, you can send me the score or the prediction of both games, of both days. But the only thing I ask you guys is to put everything together for Saturday and everything together for Sunday. That's only its friends. You cannot send me only the score one by one. It's too much. And then we're going to do after that, like tonight with Kelly and Mr. ENORTAP. So I want to be sure you understand how it works. Saturday is the one start with Colorado Buffalo. You put this together. The Sunday is Carolina Pittsburgh. Put this together. If you want to send me by email, you can do this also. Just give you some people that cannot send this by email. You want to participate for the weekend. And also with this, you can give me your fantasy player for Saturday and Sunday. Everything like that. And before we start this, Mr. ENORTAP, we have to bring everybody there. The winner of the day last night, Roger Delaney, best record with 8-2. Right score, Yamo Steve G, and the fantasy, Mr. Roger Delaney with Tresador. Congratulations for that one over there. Thanks for joining us today. I will send it by email so I have time to think, and not a problem. And again, you can do this by email at coach@codefrenchy.com. Mr. ENORTAP, any question you want to ask Miss Kelly about Toronto or Matthews or whatever you have?
Yes, I want to. I'm going to ask Kelly about the trades that the Leafs want to make. What do you think is the one area that they will, or a couple of areas that they will address?
I believe defense would be their number one concern.
Yeah, for sure. Any ideas who they might go after? You think Sherratt's a possibility?
Well, it's not the ones that I want to come here. I think Sherratt,
Yeah, we know.
Sherratt is one that, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Justin Hall's performance this season is not up to par. They've got to find another defenseman to go farther than the second round, to go further than this first round.
Yeah, I agree with that.
A bit question for Yamo. Which Montreal player you will take to Toronto? If you have a choice. Which one from Montreal?
Does that include Price?
Anyone.
I would okay, well, Price as a backup, but not number one. So Sherratt. We'll go with Sherratt. Yeah.
Here we go. Ben Sherratt, Montreal, for Kelly about that. Mr. ENORTAP, another question.
Do you feel they need to address the goaltending, Kelly? What do you think? In your opinion?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. Yes, they said on the Maple Leafs website today that Campbell stole the show for them last night, but I don't believe Campbell can take them forward in the playoffs or Mrazek.
Do you prefer Campbell or Merachek?
Campbell.
All right. If you have only one to bring back with Toronto Maple Leafs, Anderson, Bernier, or Reimer?
Freddie.
That's an easy
100%,
one.
100%, but I wouldn't mind seeing Bernier come back as a backup.
Why, ENORTAP, you never know. So maybe sell Jonathan Bernier.
Well, I would have sworn she'd say Anderson right away, for sure.
No, Anderson as the number one. Yeah. Bernier can't be a number one again. No.
If Montreal make an offer from a fans here, they want to ask you, do you trade John Tavares to Montreal again, Drouin, Hoffman, and Chariot?
No, definitely not.
Not? All right.
No, that's ENORTAP. What do you think?
Now, Renaud asks you, Lekonen, Chariot, and the first round for Tavares.
To be honest, I don't know a lot of the Montreal players.
That's all right.
So I don't know. Sorry, Renaud.
If Toronto, you are GM, Mr. ENORTAP, you say yes or no. If you are Toronto GM.
To which trade?
Lekonen, Chariot, and the first round for Tavares.
And a first for Tavares. I'm going to say no.
I say yes.
I'll tell you why. Because Tavares is coming on in age. He carries a big price tag. And right now that goes against their philosophy of what they're trying to do in Montreal, which is to...
No, you are the GM for Montreal, Toronto.
Oh, for Toronto.
Oh.
Yes, then.
Because now you get Lekonen, Chariot, and Shane Wright.
Oh, okay. I thought I was speaking on behalf of Montreal. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And Yamu said that Kelly knows more que Bergevin did.
Oh, thank you, Yama. Yama, sorry. I don't know.
Then he said, go. Would he first help? Comment on the first can help Toronto. No chance Toronto would take it. He said, let's move on, Mr. ENORTAP and Kelly. We have time to get some prediction. And how this work is this part, Kelly? So,
One more question, Coach.
I'm sorry?
One more question. For
All right, go ahead.
Who do you wish the Leafs play in the first round?
Oh, that's a good one. Between Tampa or Florida, honestly.
Is those are my choices?
Well, yeah, I think you have to go
I
that
think
way.
that's what's going to happen, yeah, unless the Leafs finish
Tampa
first.
and Florida?
Yeah.
Florida.
Who's going to win?
Florida. If they don't, I don't want to see them play Tampa or Boston again.
Again, Toronto?
Yeah.
All right. So how this works is this, Kelly, is Mr. ENORTAP is going to explain each game. And before we gave our prediction, you are the first one. You're going to give your own prediction, and the people hear you first. So we don't want to influence you today. And you give us the score, and the team's going to win tonight. And that's how it works. At the same time, I'm going to take the note of your score, so I will put you right away here. So, Mr. ENORTAP, you are in the function right now to start the first game between Nashville and the Carolina.
Sure, for sure. Thanks, Coach. We got the Predators and the Hurricane here have combined to play now 8 games since the All-Star break. And if you would have told me that between the two they would have had one victory in there, I would have said you're nuts. But that's indeed the case, right? Carolina has points in 3 of the 5 games, but they weren't wins at the time, so they're getting single points. The Hurricanes are 1, 2, and 2, including that I think it was Wednesday night's victory over Florida 3-2, or loss, sorry, not victory. Nashville has lost all 3 games since returning to action. And the last 2 games have been by 3 or more goals. So that's a bit worrisome for Nashville from what I can see. They're starting to drop in the standings as well. And like I said yesterday, they also have played a couple games more than everybody else. So that's worrisome. The Hurricanes never really trailed against Florida. I think they played a very good game against them. But Florida, in the end, they did what they do best, and that's like they scored late. They scored in overtime as well, and they took it to them. And their offense is really something to contend with. With D'Angelo, Carolina hasn't skipped a beat since losing Hamilton. This guy has been the main source of their offense. He's got 39 points. He's got the second most points for a defenseman in franchise history through the first 40 games, and that was a great acquisition for them. And finally, the Hurricanes, they won 3-2 in the second game of the regular season against Nashville. And we'll go to Kelly for her prediction.
Okay. So you didn't mention the goalies. Is Anderson playing in Saros?
It's Anderson and Saros from what I hear. Yeah.
Okay. So both teams are 1-4 in their last 5.
Yeah.
I did some research. Okay. So you're asking me what the score is going to be. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe that the Hurricanes are going to take this at home. Freddie's going to steal the show. I believe it's going to be 5-2.
Confirm 5-2. And she's right, Mr. ENORTAP.
I have a score of Carolina winning 4-2.
I'm telling you one thing, Mr. ENORTAP. She's absolutely right.
5-2, man. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say 5-1, but no, 5-2.
Okay, our second game features Florida and Minnesota, another heavyweight matchup. They both have a pair of top 10 scorers in the NHL right now. The Wild are led by Kaprizov, who's now notched 59 points in just 44 games. One of the 6 players ahead of him on the scoring, though, is Florida's Huberdeau, who has racked up 66 points in 48 games. So both of them are having impressive years. But it's not just them, as we know. Like when we look at Minnesota, you got to look at guys like Zuccarello, who's been having a great year. He's at 48 points. Fiala has 37 points. So they're getting quite a bit of offense. I think they rank Minnesota. Last time I checked, they ranked number 3 in offense. Florida ranks number 2 in offense, just behind Colorado. The Panthers are coming off of a 3-2 overtime win against the Hurricane Wednesday night. Meanwhile, Minnesota is hoping to bounce back from that 6-3 loss at the hands of the Jets. It was only their second loss in the last 10 games. For some reason, Winnipeg's kind of had their number this year through the 2 games that they've played. For Florida, it's not just about Huberdeau. They have a lot of players that have been contributing. Reinhardt's second behind Huberdeau with 45 points. Ekblad's having a great year with 43 points. And I think we're expecting Patrick Hornquist to return tonight for Florida as well. So that'll help out. Of course, he always brings an edge to his game and is very strong in front of the net for Florida. So, Kelly, your prediction?
Well, this game was hard. Now, Florida has trouble on the road, correct?
Yes, they're weaker on the road, yeah.
Okay. So on Monday, which is Valentine's Day, I call him Krill, had 2 goals and 1 assist. So I'm going to go with Winnipeg. No, I just say Winnipeg. Sorry, I'm going to go with Minnesota to win this game, 5-3.
Very close. I have Minnesota at 5-4. Coach?
I have Minnesota. It's getting dangerous right now in our tap.
We're starting to think alike? Oh, okay. You and Kelly are.
Well, Coach is going against his team.
Yeah, well, he's also a smart man, and he knows when it's a tough game on the road.
On the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it brings us to...
Do you know how Danny win, Mr. ENORTAP?
How?
So when he take one team and then he take the opponent team on the same game.
Yep.
So he took Florida 6-3 and he took Minnesota 4-2. So I'm sure he's win this game.
You can't go wrong.
He cannot go wrong.
Well, okay. So next game we have a very interesting matchup: Dallas and Chicago, with 2 goals and 2 assists during the Dallas's 4-1 defeat of the Avalanche on Tuesday. Veteran Joe Pavelski notched a single-season career high with his 4th game of at least 4 points. So that's pretty remarkable if you think about that. The Surge snapped his season high 6-game point drought and vaulted Pavelski into a tie with Edmonton's Draisaitl for the most 4-point games this season. Chicago opened a 6-game homestand on Thursday, and they lost to Columbus 7-4. The Brinkat scored his club-leading 29th goal for the Blackhawks. You know, this guy, he started off a little bit slow this year, but he's right up there. If you our leader right now is Draisaitl at 35, and he's at 29, so that's pretty impressive. He's a great player. Patrick Kane had an assist, which was his 719th of his career, and that ties him with Denis Savard for the 2nd in team history, and they're trailing the overall leader, which is Stan Mikita, at 926. The Blackhawks have lost 5 straight home games and 5 of 7 overall. Dallas defeated Chicago 4-3 in overtime in December in their first meeting of the season. And yeah, that's about it. Like, just a couple of facts to throw out there. The Stars are 5-0 in their last 5 versus a team that has a losing record. The Stars are 8-3 in their last 11 overall. The Blackhawks are 0-4 in their last 4 home games. And this interesting fact is Blackhawks happen to be 2-7 in their last 9 Friday night games.
Wow.
Kelly, over to you.
Okay, so I would say this is the game of the night. I don't know why. So I don't know if you guys know, but Robertson has 5 goals in the last 5 games. One game he didn't score, but one other game he had 2. So he has 5 goals in like the last 5 games, I'm calling it. So on December 18th, Dallas won in overtime 4-3. So I'm going to go with Dallas tonight 4-1. And my fantasy is going to be Robertson.
Okay. Got that, Coach?
Got it.
I'm going to take, I agree with that. I'm going to take Dallas to win this 3-2.
Well, was close with Kelly, but I go with 4-2.
4-2. Okay.
So I want to have, before you go to the last game, I need the score of this game for Nerfec and also Renault. Can you give me your score for Carolina and Nashville so I can complete the board so far? Here we go. ENORTAP.
Okay, final game of the night is, I think, what will be the game of the night, LA and Vegas. Vegas will bring to the table tonight 139 minutes and 46 seconds of a scoreless streak into this game against LA. They've been shut out twice in a row at the hands of the Avalanche 2-0, and of course the Flames just prior to that 6-0. And I think the last goal they scored was in the early parts of the third period against Edmonton, which goes back 3 games. So they've been missing a little bit of offense, even though Eichel now is into the lineup. I mean, for me, you can tell this team really is centered around Stone. This guy is really, when he's in the lineup, they're a totally different team. He's a leader. He goes to the dirty areas. He creates opportunities. He's a great back checker. Like, they're going to miss this guy not being in the lineup for a while. Vegas, which trails the Pacific Division, leading Flames by 3 points, still have 2 games in hand, though. The loss dropped Vegas to just 14, 11, and 2 at home this year. So they haven't had a great home record either in the course of the year. Only Seattle has more home losses in that Pacific Division than Vegas. So that's an area that they're going to have to definitely try to address. And they have some of the best fans there too. It's hard to understand why their record at home isn't better. LA is just 4 points behind Vegas right now and has back-to-back games with this game and followed by Arizona. So you can almost count that Arizona as a win. So really for LA, this is a huge game. They need to win this. The first match, the last time they played was 6-3 in favor of Vegas. And the first game of the season, I think it was LA that won that game 6-2. So they've kind of been back and forth. So this is the rubber match for them. Just a couple tidbits here to throw out. The road team between these two is 4-1 in their last 5 meetings. The Kings are 6-0 in their last 6 games following a home loss of 3 or more goals, whereas Vegas is 2-5 in their last 7 after allowing 2 or less in their previous game. And also Vegas is 1-5 in their last 6 versus a Western Conference team. So at first I had Vegas for this, but I went with LA after. I think it just means more to them, 3-2.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kelly, I went ahead of you there.
Oh, by all means, I went with LA as well. Mm-hmm.
You gave her so many information. She's all messed up right now.
Sorry, Adam.
What's your
sorry, Adam, if you're
Kelly?
watching, but I'm going with LA 4-2.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go against you. Vegas,
No, they're not.
4-3 tonight. About that one over there. Not perfect, but perfect is the game. It's not Nashville. I need your game for Dallas versus Chicago. That's the one I don't get from you, Mr. Nerfek. The game between Dallas and Chicago. And also, Mr. Renault, you're absolutely right about your question about Robinson. I really like him also about that one over there. I think Robert Thomas is underrated in NHL. I love this kid, Robert Thomas, about that. Roger Delaney just gave me his score. Thank you so much. And Mr. Richard Mullen, he said also is fantasy. I'm going to go on the coach. Danny, I got it. No problem. Before you give us your fantasy players, Miss Kelly, we're going to go through us, our prediction of our first, and then you're going to give yours about that. I dropped a little bit yesterday, 2 points, I believe. I could be wrong, but it's not a big deal. I go with Vegas, Ekblad, Ozzy, Robinson, A.O. Barkov.
I'm supposed to do this?
No.
I'm gonna take Carolina,
Yes.
and D'Angelo and Spurgeon, and then forwards Kaprizov, Zuccarello, and Hoobie Doo.
You below.
job,
Now,
Eric.
Kelly, what you
Good
need
job.
to do, Kelly, is to give us only one of them. Only one of them.
Or another one. Doesn't have to be these.
No, I already gave you guys it. I said Robertson, remember?
Robertson, right.
Robinson? Robinson. Nobody have a Robinson. All right. Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, 5 goals in the last 5 games. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
21
and the
about that.
goalie-
They want to play Nashville or Washington, a first round. Who said.
Who picked
All
Anderson?
right.
Oh.
That's awesome. Kelly, we let you go, but we like to say thank you so much about that. I think it was fun. Maybe you can come back next Friday. I think it'll be great for Fun Day Friday.
Coach, can I just say hi to my brother if he's watching?
Of course.
Hi, Clint. I love you.
Here we go. We watch, say hi to Glenn, right, Glenn?
No, Clint.
All right. And tell him I can wait to see. What do you think will be the score for Monday night, by the way?
The Leafs are going to win like 6-2.
6-2. Do you know when you said something like that, I can disappear you right away? No, just kidding.
Well, last night he said we were going to win 3-2, and he was way off. So I might change my prediction. So Roger L, if you're watching, predictions are allowed to be changed. So.
And we have one question for you from Mr. Johnny Golden. Johnny is a great man. He asked you about what do you see Dubas doing between now and the trade deadline? So do you believe Toronto make a trade or not?
In between now and the trade deadline, yes, he will. He's got to. We've got to make it out of the first round. I don't know who we can get, though, Coach, because everyone I've mentioned, you're telling me no.
We better see how he's going to turn around, and I can tell you that Renault said Dubas is out at the door if he loses the first round. Yes or no?
Oh, yes. He's out. He's out.
Yeah.
Renault, yes, he will be gone.
Awesome.
But we need defense. We need defense. We have the secondary scoring. We need defense. It's no doubt
Now
about
we have
it.
a bigger problem here, Mr. ENORTAP. Now,
What's the
Mr.
bigger
Andrew Lepage fan of Montreal Canadiens is agree with enough and with the Kelly about the score 6-2 Monday night.
Yes. I guarantee you it won't be that score. Come on.
And Renaud suggests to you, Toronto, to take Kulak. But we'll see happening. Miss Kelly, we wish you an amazing, great weekend. And then don't forget, if you want to give us your score for the weekend, just text me or email me, and we're going to add you with everybody else. That's not a problem about that.
Are you doing the show Monday, Coach? It's Family Day in Canada. Are you doing
We are doing everything Monday. We have the coach from KHL Monday, and then we do Monday night also. We don't take a break Monday.
Okay. All right. So I just thought ENORTAP might not be there because it's Family Day. So
I'll be here.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'll see you. You doing the game tonight? I'll see you tonight.
8 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Thank you for having me and to the chat. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate that.
Kelly.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Here we go. We have Miss Kelly on the board. It was great to have Miss Kelly with us today. It was great the way we did that also. I think she did a great job. Most of them, she was agree with me, so I know she did a great job, honestly. But otherwise, I think she did very good. So we appreciate that. All the people said thank you so much. Before we leave, of course, what we do, Mr. ENORTAP, it's time for you to come back and tell us something like that in the next few seconds. Let me find out. It's the shootout breakaway ENORTAP. For the end of the show, he was going to tell us what he's looking for, maybe for the night and also for the weekend.
Well, the hardest game for me to predict out of the four there tonight was that LA-Vegas game. There's just so many variables at work. I just went with the fact that I think LA needs this win a lot more than Vegas does at this time, but it can seriously go either way. The other game, the Florida-Minnesota, Minnesota's, they've had a couple losses here and there, but they're an extremely strong team. They're at home. I think both teams, Florida and Minnesota, want to obviously send a message to each other that, they're the better team to have to contend with. So that promises to be, I think, that will be a high-scoring game. You're dealing with two of the best offenses in the league. That's why, whatever the over and under is, I think it was at 6.5. I think they'll definitely break that.
I agree with you about that one over there. I think it's going to be a really interesting. I have a couple of games for me. Florida, Minnesota is a big game over there for me tonight. Both teams have to win. Carolina and Nashville. Nashville, they are on the slump right now. It's not going to be easy in Carolina. Carolina is pretty good at home. And then Rob Brind'Amour, not very happy about his team. He's changing the line tonight, but still cooking me at the 4 line. But I'm not going to talk about this. And then at the end of the night, Jack Eichel, game number 2. That's what I'm looking for. Big game for them. But I predict 2 points for Jack Eichel, and that's the reason why they're going to beat your Los Angeles Kings tonight. But we'll see what happened at the end of the night, Mr. ENORTAP. But before we leave, we want to remind everybody,
you are awesome. You are amazing.
Yes, you are
the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
It was a great show, Mr. ENORTAP, to having you aboard. Also to have Miss Kelly with us. It was fun to have some people. And maybe we can invite anybody else. If someone wants to join us, please let us know. We'll put you on the list and we'll go to. It's easy. Honestly, you don't only need is your phone and then you show up, everything like that. So it's very fun to have some people. You're a member of the family anyway. And this is all about you at the end of the day. So, Mr. ENORTAP, an amazing, great week all together. It was great to having you. Thanks for everything you did so far. And we wish you an amazing, great week. We see you next Monday for another warm-up show. Until then, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only to dominate your day, find a way to dominate you. We here, 2022. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
On another surprise.
Thank you, Renaud. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Danny, Richard, and Drew. Kelly, we love you.
Jose Duarte,
What's going on now?
Steve,
Is this another
Andy,
breakdown? You and me, should I let
Yamo,
go? I
Ron with
do really
Kings,
want to know
Richard.
what's going on now. Is this
We
another
forget you.
breakdown?
We apologize, but we love
Should
you.
I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Jose.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in
Thank
your
you,
way
Renaud.
we would stand and we would
Thank you,
fall
Ron.
united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided.